I thought for a quick second, because it would be kind of fun, we could talk about everyone's favorite topic in America, transgenderism. Yay! Woo! We love transgenderism! Okay, so here's the deal. I'm about to say something very triggering. Are you ready for it? Now, I'm going to be completely honest. A lot of people kind of like, especially like, oh, what would you call them? I don't know, like people who are very pro-liberty in every single sense, you know, like people who want, yeah, how do you say it? People who want freedom, a little too much freedom, let's say that. They don't like to have sort of opinion, and a lot of conservatives are very squish, you know, they're very kind of, oh, I don't want to say this or offend someone, but I'm just going to say it, okay? If a man wants to be a woman, he will never be a woman. If a woman wants to be a man, she will never be a man. There's no amount of snipping, pulling, stretching, ripping off, cutting, disforming you can ever do to your body to make you the opposite gender. It'll never happen. And here's the thing. I don't actually believe, because I actually give this a lot of thought, right? Because I don't know that much about mental health, which is the problem at hand, but I do know a bit about physical health. I'm not in anything. I'm still in high school, like, and I don't plan to be on any kind of medical thing. But I live around people who are very into the medical. I don't want to say community. It sounds really dumb, but like people who know shit, you know, people who know shit, and just a lot of what I'm trying to get is I don't believe that transitioning helps transgender people in the slightest. I mean, we kind of know this already because, you know, all the statistics saying that suicide rates stay the same regardless of post and pre-op transition. But I absolutely do not believe. Because one, you're living a lie. You're never going to be the opposite gender. And personally, I think it's really offensive that you try to make people lie to your face every single day. Like, it's insanely offensive and, quite frankly, dumb and silly, and it will never help anyone. I'm not saying there's no happy, like, actual people with gender dysmorphia? Anyway, but, I'm not saying none of them are happy, but it doesn't fix things, because you're not gonna be a man or a woman. You're gonna be what you actually are. You're just a mentally ill man or woman. And that's not to be shameful, you know? That's not something to be angry about. And quite frankly, I think a lot of people who had gender dysphoria, especially in the past before it became this horrible trend, you know, weren't actually had gender dysphoria. I think they probably, I mean, if you kind of look at it in the past, like, but when it was really not accepted, a lot of people who had gender dysphoria had a whole host of other mental disorders. A lot of them were raped and sexually assaulted, like, all this horrible shit, you know? I mean, I think it's kind of the whole, to the rape thing, I actually think it has something to do with it, because if you look at, like, because a lot of leftist people try to bring up the trans murder rate, and actually trans people do get murdered quite a bit, usually from prostitution a lot of the times. And a lot of people, and it's not really safe to say, because a lot of people don't want to say this, but quite a bit of people who are in prostitution, you know, were once raped or are going to be raped or sexually assaulted at some point. It's just kind of the name of the game. And horrifyingly enough, a lot of people who were raped, especially when they're young, end up kind of falling into that trap just naturally. It's really horrifying shit, you know. But anyways, I digress. But anyway, you know, gender dysphoria can be a whole host of other things that have nothing to do necessarily. I mean, I think quite a bit. I'm only surprised that quite a bit of transgender people are homosexual, which is, I mean, like, you know, I don't believe gay marriage is a good thing for society. I don't really think, because, you know, we think divorce rates between gay people is really bad, and I don't think a man can make another man happy. I don't think a woman can make another woman happy, and I really feel bad for kids who are raised in those kinds of households, because a mom and a mom don't make a dad, and a dad don't make a mom. But regardless of all of that, I would rather be gay than transgender any day of the week. You know what I mean? I mean, like, gay people are so much more functioning because, in society, because, well, I mean, let's get frank, if you especially if you're transgender, and you go into the medical aspect of it, you know, try to transition, you are a patient of pharma for the rest of your life. Like, for your entire life, you're going to be stuck into this horrible medical hellhole. And it's horrifying, especially what we're doing to these children now. We're making all these children think they're transgender, but really they're just going for puberty and they're experiencing, you know, the hormones for the first time. Yeah, it's scary shit. But I mean, I don't even know how to imagine what's gonna happen in the future with all those kids. I mean, I'm 18 right now, and I'm an 18-year-old artist, and I see artists who claim they're transgender. It's like my peers, you know, people who are around my age and who are artists who do stuff online. It's really, really horrifying to see, you know, what kind of stuff people believe makes you transgender. Like feeling uncomfortable in your body, feeling like you don't belong, feeling like you don't get people your same gender, feeling like you don't fit into traditional gender roles. That does not make you transgender. It's really scary shit, you know. And I think there's like another offensive act to it. Not just the fact that we're expected to lie to these people. It's not that we expect to like pretend that this helps people. It's also the fact that it's appropriating the gender that they're trying to be. So what I mean by that is a man who thinks he's a woman oftentimes tends to, and this isn't drag. Drag is actually a lot more offensive than transgenderism. Drag is really offensive in my opinion. But like as a woman, I'm offended by drag, genuinely. But call me triggered if you want. But I mean, I'm just being honest. But a lot of times, a woman, like a man who wants to be a woman, doesn't know dick about what it means to actually be a woman, and a woman who wants to be a man doesn't know dick about what it means to be a man. No pun intended. Like, so it's like you're like pretending to be something you don't even know. I mean, it's always been that big riddle in life, you know. Men don't get women and women don't get men, but whatever. But it's just horrifying, you know, what we come to. If we were a slightly better society, what we do is that would just like we look at these people and go, okay, I think you need help. You know, I think we need to help you because at least in the past, a lot of transgender people, you know, they didn't get any kind of surgery. They hopefully, I mean, in the past there was ways to do it, but you couldn't get certain things done, and you could function in society even if you were trying to pretend to be an opposite gender. You just want to mutilate your fucking self. I mean, there's so many reasons why you wouldn't want to mutilate yourself, even if it really would make you happier. You know, I mean, it's really scary because a lot of people forget, oh, it's their personal choice. It's their personal choice. And I'm not even saying it should be, actually, I do think it should be made illegal, but yeah, I do think it should be illegal because we don't have professions where doctors cut off people's limbs who want, that's actually a mental disorder, believe it or not. People who want to get their limbs cut off, that's actually a mental disorder. That's not legal. Actually, there's a few doctors who have like helped people who had that problem get their limbs cut off, and they've been prosecuted for that. We call that barbaric, but it's not barbaric to cut a man's penis off, or cut a young girl's breast off, or cut some man's testicles off, or remove a woman's uterus. That's just as, if not more barbaric than cutting off someone's limb. I mean, not the breast one, but like all the other things, they're just as barbaric, if not more, than cutting off someone's limb. You know, it is scary. We should be getting these people help. You know, they should get all the mental help and love they deserve, but not like that. And there's one more aspect I want to talk about. Maybe I'll talk about some other time. It's the fake transgender people that really fucking bug me. It's the people who don't have gender dysphoria, who like make a total fad out of it. They really piss me off, quite frankly. A lot of people say, oh, my he, she, they. Oh, what the fuck? No one's a he, she, they. Fuck you. That's really offensive to people who have mental disorders. Mental disorders, you know? People who, like, have neo-pronouns, I think they're called. That's fucked up, you know? And I see a lot of artists do that because, you know, they're creative and young and weird. But it's fucked up, you know? It's like making fun of someone's mental disorder. Like, that used to be an insult, you know? It'd be like, oh, you think you're a woman? Okay, I'm a helicopter. Like, I'm an Apache helicopter. Like, oh. I heard a joke that foreigners think all Americans talk about now is transgenderism. And you know what? They ain't fucking wrong.